Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ballbuster Video.
The finale of Stallone September in October.
Yeah, we know we're 2 weeks deep into October when this is coming out.
We're going to make up for all of it, we promise.
It's been but we have been deathly ill.
Thanks to Shaka Khan.
Yes. Thanks to the large women of Shaka Khan.
It's funny, like, we went to Shaka Khan on the 19th of September, and that illness spread from you for 2 weeks, and then went to me for 2 weeks. Like, it's been almost a whole month of somebody being sick.
Yeah, it really has. And it did knock me on my ass for 2 whole weeks.
Oh, it was a terrible fucking... I'm still getting over it, and I don't even know what the fuck I had.
I was literally this close to throwing up during our episode where I guest starred.
Yeah. You did look kind of rough in certain
But to close out Stallone September.
Yeah, we're going to do Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Probably besides Rocky and Rambo, my favorite Sylvester Stallone movie.
It's up there. It's up there. I was always a really big fan of First Blood. That's probably one of my favorite Stallone
that's
movies. A good one. But Demolition Man is high. And the funny thing about Demolition Man is when you look at it, as what goes on in the movie, it's still relevant with this time period.
I think it's gotten better with age. I think it really has. When I watched it, because you got to remember, we were supposed to close out September with this one.
Yes.
So I watched it about 2-3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And it really, I sat there and watched it, and it actually seemed better than the last time I had watched it.
Yeah. Because
it makes more sense now.
I feel like this movie almost accurately predicted the future better than Back to the Future 2 did.
Yeah. Well, and that's true. And that's even with, like, the Cubs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Coming. They might be winning the World Series the same year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Predicted. But, this is really, from what I see when I look around me, and I think South Park captures this extremely well.
With PC new season is fucking, it's a home run every episode so far.
Oh my god, yes.
It's freaking brilliant.
And it's really ticked off the PC crowd too, which I love. They are so irritated by PC Principle. To the point where, now, one of my favorite hobbies to do is to troll.
To piss people off.
Yeah, well, piss people off, but I troll Fox 43 Facebook and YDR Facebook, okay? And, like, they put up, like, the Mike Argento article, and Mike Argento is a writer for the York Daily Records. If anyone's listening who doesn't live in York, which hopefully we have listeners.
Yeah. Well, we have listeners a lot all over the place.
Yes. So you can look him up. His name is Mike Argento. He is like the epitome of PC. Mm-hmm. Okay. When I worked up, and Will from the Grindcast he will verify this. When we were in high school and we worked at Wise, he would come in and grocery shop there, and we would put KY jelly and whatnot in his cart, and douches and whatnot in his cart when he wasn't looking, and then do price checks when he came up. So, Will can confirm that, okay? But I troll, like, the articles and whatnot, and I'll post a picture of PC Principle and say, like, PC Principle approves of Mike Argento's article. He gets it. He's checking his white privilege. And, of course, people, like, I'll get, like, 80 likes, and then you'll have 2 or 3 comments from the PC crowd say, "This is unacceptable. This is not funny. Checking someone's privilege isn't funny." We are on the cusp of becoming exactly like Demolition Man.
Yeah.
We're all going to be walking around in our pajamas, all right? Walking around in robes,
we're all gonna be
doing Be Well.
Everybody's going to be so easily offended that nobody says anything mean.
No.
Everybody's nice, and Taco Bell's the only restaurant around.
Unless you watch the European version where Pizza Hut is the only... Yeah.
Which I think we might end up getting the European version out of that one, as far as restaurants go. I don't think Taco Bell's going to reign supreme.
This is coming from someone who had to eat Taco Bell for lunch today. Because I only had a couple minutes, and it's Taco Bell.
See, if I would be placed with that situation, it was like, you eat Taco Bell today, you don't eat. I'm like, I'm not eating. I'd rather just die of hunger instead of eat fucking Taco Bell and reap what I sow later on in the day.
Reap what I sow later on in the day? I reaped what I sowed 10 minutes later.
That's what it does. It's like fucking putting like borax in your fucking Fucking lower intestine in your stomach. Just cleans you right the fuck out.
I literally was like running inside. I ate in the parking lot Taco Bell real quick. All right. And I'm literally
just like running into Taco Bell.
I sprinted because my work is like 1 block away. I guess you can call it a block. It's middle of Hanover countryside, but why there's a Taco Bell in the middle of Hanover countryside is beyond me, but there is.
It's a corner in the market,
man. But I ate my double-decker taco, which is what I got. Double-decker taco, because I think I've said before, that's the only thing I'll eat from Taco Bell. And
you just probably shouldn't.
And I pull out, go down the street, stop at the stop sign, and it fucking starts gurgling in my gut. And I'm like, shoot right across the street into the parking lot, and I sprint inside my work. And the toilets at my work, there was a fire at my work a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
All right. But you could probably also read about ydr.com. But
yeah.
But so the building is not. I mean, they have everyone crammed into like an older building while they rebuild.
Right, because they're like renovating. Yeah,
and the toilets there probably are not meant for
what you did in
shitting at all. Unless you're eating Ritz crackers and taking like rabbit shit, like rabbit sized shit, like little rabbit pellet shits. So what I did there was not fun.
Unspeakable.
Yeah, unspeakable. So maybe Pizza Hut. Maybe you're right. Maybe Pizza Hut.
Yeah. I don't hear many people having to do an emergency run on a Pizza Hut.
Or Whole Foods will probably be it.
Oh,
the precious Whole Foods will be the only restaurant around. Because they're attacking fast food places. And I'm not defending fast food places, but fucking they are what they are. Everyone knows what they are. You don't need federal laws and whatnot banning fast food places. You can't have a KFC chicken within 2 miles of a school.
You know, I hate going political a lot, but you know, this is how I feel about everything. You got PC people wanting to raise shit about what other people say about this person or whatever, and that's their beliefs. You're allowed to have your own beliefs. And my belief is, if you're tired of hearing what people, you know, if you're getting all uppity about what other people have to say, then just shut the fuck up.
And don't listen to them.
Do what you do. Who gives a fuck what that person's doing?
Exactly. I think I've said before, I disagree with everything that is said on MSNBC. I don't think it should be taken off the air.
Yeah, well,
I just don't watch it.
Everybody wants equality, but you can't preach equality. You can't make equality happen because when you're fighting, like, say, like, oh, I want everybody to understand that, you know, I don't know. I'm afraid to even pick something because then I'll just be like placed in, you know. Okay, so say like Whole Foods
right there. Yeah.
So like Whole Foods is like, oh, we're attacking fast food because they shouldn't exist because people are eating this and they're not healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It isn't good for you. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But if people want to go and eat it, that's their own goddamn business.
Exactly.
If you want to corner a market where you want to make healthy food for everybody, then you do that on your own terms. You have your own place. They can go in there if they want it. If they choose not to go into your place, then it's on them.
Yes.
And that's the way it goes.
And this fits, you're probably wondering, what the hell does this have to do with Sylvester Stallone movie? Well, it fits in.
It actually does fit, yes.
Quite nicely, like a pair of Chuck Taylors owned by Man Bun into a shoebox. Yes. It is amazing.
Well, yeah, because in this movie, Stallone is in a time where crime is rampant, and, you know, Wesley Snipes is basically his big ticket.
Yeah.
You know, he's the worst guy in history of crime right at that time.
Yeah.
They both get cryogenically frozen as a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
And when Stallone is unfrozen and he's in the future, everybody has come to a point of acceptance to the point where you cannot swear. Yep. Like, the acceptance has been so vast that there's so many more rules to make you less of a human being.
Oh, yeah.
And then when something bad actually happens, nobody knows how to deal with it.
Exactly.
And it got so bad to the point where, in that future, physical interaction was actually, like, outlawed.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't have regular sex. It had to be done virtually, which is a scary thing because nowadays, there's the whole Oculus Rifts and people not even like sitting next to each other playing a video game. They do it online. And, there's less and less human interaction all the time. Oh,
absolutely. Look at social media. I mean, that's taken out human interaction altogether. People get on Facebook and Twitter instead of, talking to someone in person.
Yeah, I mean, and for what we do, I do have to use social media. But it's to advertise something to make a group of people come together. Not just be like, well, I'm going to use this so I can talk to you that lives 10 minutes away. Right. Instead of just going to your fucking house. Be like, hey, let's hang out, Fred.
Yeah. I'm talking about the people where social media, what it has created, especially the case with younger people. People like you and myself who are in our 30s have experienced, social media came around when we were like, 25?
Yeah.
So we've had 25 years of experience, communicating with people. Someone who's 10 or 15 years old.
Right.
Somewhere and they, they're sitting around, they had MySpace and Facebook and everything else, and I don't even know if MySpace is a thing. I'm really dating myself
MySpace isn't really relevant anymore, no.
But they don't have any human interaction. It's all, they've experienced nothing but texting and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And that's all they've experienced.
Right.
So, and the thing is, in the movie Demolition Man, there's a group of people that refuse to assimilate
with the humans.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is kind of where I see people who refuse to assimilate to like today, with people who refuse to assimilate to the PC crowd, like South Park. We were talking about PC Principle.
Yes. They're
kind of not like refusing to assimilate. They're being shouted down. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Told that, they need to get with the times or else, all right?
Yeah, which is another thing. It's like, how do you make so many things right by causing so many more wrongs? That's what I don't get at.
It's, they're tolerant until you disagree with them. It's they're supposed to be the tolerant ones.
That is intolerance.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite of tolerance.
If anything, the people who are refusing to assimilate are the ones who are tolerant, because they're like, okay, you have your beliefs, you're entitled to it, I just disagree with it. No, you're not allowed to. Check yourself. It's, if anything, you're making the people who are the supposed evil ones, the tolerant ones.
You're making them now the victim of your cause, basically.
You're just proving that they're right, you're wrong.
Yeah.
But that's where it fits in. There's a group of people who refused, led by Dennis Leary, who refused to assimilate. They lived down in the sewers.
I believe he would actually end up being that guy.
I would say so. I
think he would hit a limit where he's like, "That's it."
Yeah,
I'm not talking to anybody in real life.
Him, and we were making him, and there's another one too, who we were talking about today, who's batshit crazy, but
yeah. Go ahead, you introduce.
He's fighting
this
at least
gem of a human being.
He's batshit crazy, but at least he's fighting the good fight against PC, and that's Alex Jones. Don't know who Alex Jones is? Go to YouTube, and you definitely will. You won't forget who he is.
No, you won't forget who he is. And by the way, don't believe most of anything he actually...
I would probably say a solid 90%. You don't want to believe.
He has some beliefs. He has some beliefs that are, good. I would say his stance on certain subjects are reputable. But there's a guy who he talks about politics, and then the coin flips, and it's like lizard aliens from other planets are presidents that are trying to take over.
And the government's putting cancerous and fluoride into our drinking water on purpose.
Yeah, they're trying to kill us. You're going to wake up tomorrow in a FEMA camp.
Yeah.
And,
the TSA is only there to fondle your children.
Yeah.
Which is one of the...
The government put them in place just to fondle people and little kids.
And take grandma into rape rooms.
Yeah.
Which I am not a supporter of the NSA because I'm a libertarian and I believe in, he who gives out, I think it was Benjamin Franklin who said, he who gives up their freedom for security deserves neither. But I don't think they're taking grandma into rape rooms, making her empty out her colostomy bag because they think there's a nuclear bomb in it, which is a direct quote from Alex Jones. And,
But the funny thing is, of all the things that are going on, and then you think about Demolition Man. The one thing in Demolition Man that still makes you think, what the fuck, more than anything, is what were those 3 goddamn shells for?
And there's
there is actually theories all over the internet as to how they're used.
They teach that at fucking colleges. Like, that's a question for colleges and stuff.
How to use the 3 shells?
What were the 3 shells for, and what do they symbolize, and everything else?
They don't symbolize anything.
That's what your college tuition, folks. 3 fucking shells in Demolition Man.
I don't need to go to college to tell you that they don't symbolize anything. There was some prop guy going, well, if I just put 1 there on that long-ass shelf, it's going to look stupid.
Yeah. Gotta make it 3.
I gotta put symmetrical, let's just put 3 there so it looks right.
Look, I think that you use the 2 to spread your cheeks and the other one to, I guess, to...
Yeah, but how?
I don't know.
You need a 3rd arm for all this?
That's true. Look, you got... Now that I'm thinking about it...
I honestly just think it's a 3-stage. Like, the first one... You're going in to get the gist of it. Then the second one is to get, like, the remainder, and the third one's, like, kind of like the fine grit sandpaper to just peel the rest of it off, and you're clean and good to go.
I mean, that's probable. Who knows? But
I don't know. But, okay, so we did kind of go political. We went a lot off the rails, so we'll go back in and let's talk about Demolition Man now. So, this is probably one of my favorite Stallone movies, and it's probably the only good Wesley Snipes movie.
Well, Blade and Blade 2 were good. I like Blade and Blade 2.
I liked Blade.
I like Passenger 57.
Yeah, okay. And I did like Money Train.
I hope not.
I think it was Money Train. I like Money Train because of how stupid it was. But White Man Can't Jump.
He was in Major League.
He was in Major League. He didn't play a major part, but...
Well, he was Willie Mays.
Yeah, well...
All right. But it wasn't a Wesley.
This is probably one of his roles that he's probably a little bit more well-known for.
Yeah.
Simon Phoenix. And he was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. And he made the movie. He did an excellent job. He stole the show from Stallone. This is one of Sandra Bullock's first movies.
Yes, and it showed.
Yeah.
She kind of looked very uncomfortable in a lot of scenes. Kind of had that look on her face of like, I don't know, where am I supposed to look? What am I doing? Line. Yeah. You know? And of course, what would a Stallone movie be without his little partner in crime, Rob Schneider? Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. He wasn't Judge Dredd as well, was he?
Yes. He was the guy who made fun of Stallone for not knowing how to use the shells.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very, like I said, this is probably, Rambo, Expendables, and Rocky come before this one, but this one's up there.
Oh, what about that end fight scene, though?
No. I like that fight scene.
I know. I just mean, like, how ridiculous of a fucking climax was that? They're just in this room with that fucking blue pillar with spitting shit everywhere. They're just like... Wesley Snipes doing fucking pirouettes and backflips off his shit, and Stallone's just like, yeah, shooting.
I thought it was a good fight scene for an action movie.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying how fucking over the top ridiculous it was.
And the way Wesley Snipes bites the big one, where he takes the thing for the spoiler alert.
Well, we always spoil everything.
Takes the orb that they put into to freeze them.
Yeah.
The floor's covered with water. Wesley Snipes has got Stallone cornered. He's about to kill him. Stallone is able to grab that orb and drop it in the water and then jump up and grab the thing.
Yep.
And Snipes freezes, kicks his head off, which goes to a joke at the beginning of the movie where he said, I'd lose my head if I wasn't attached to it.
Yeah.
If I wasn't attached to it. And then at the end of the movie, sure enough, he loses his head. And Stallone goes, I guess you're right.
Yep, wrapped up perfectly.
Yep, with a nice little bow. All right.
The only thing I will say is for a rated R action movie, and it's because of what the times were in that scenario, it had the worst sex scene ever in an action movie from that time period.
Was it virtual?
Yeah.
And then one part that doesn't make sense is you're not allowed to have sexual contact. It's got to be all virtual reality.
Right.
And then he gets a prank call 5 seconds later from a naked woman looking to have sex.
Yeah, that made no sense. Like, the phone picks up, she's like, oh, excuse me.
Wrong number.
He's like, wrong number, sorry. I'm like, well, wait, so why are people getting naked if they can't fuck each other?
Yeah. And it kind of didn't make any sense. They kind of threw it in there just to throw
it really was. It was just like, we need some tits. Yes. How do we get them in here? Wrong number of video call.
Sandra Bullock refuses to show her breasts, sir. Okay. Well, throw this no name.
I'm sure they asked a million times, too. They're like, will you just get your tits out? No! Oh. Nobody knows who you are.
She should have done it then, because she's beyond the point of getting them out now.
Yeah, that's true.
She's up there in years, and she ain't aging well.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry.
Reverse Aniston.
It's exactly. It's reverse Aniston. She is not an attractive older woman.
Aniston just keeps getting better with age, I think.
There's a couple of them that get better with age. Yeah. She is not one of them.
She's not one of them.
No. Angelina Jolie gets hotter with age, I think.
Yeah, I'll give it that. So, what would you give
I'm going to give Demolition Man, because I think of this fondly from my childhood, because I bought this VHS I remember buying it with my paper money from delivering newspapers.
Oh, wow.
It was one of the first
you
VHS.
You worked hard for this VHS.
So I bought it. Remember, I bought it at the old Hills store. Remember Hills?
Fuck yeah, Hills. That's where the AAA is right now,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I bought it there, and I used to watch it over and over again. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I'm probably going to agree with you right there. RoboCop was my first rated R movie I ever got to see, and then this was the next one. So to me, I was just like, that is just a roll of awesomeness right there.
Well, that is true.
And it's the funny thing, like, I remember when they finally let me, my parents were like, yo, okay, fine, you can watch a rated R movie. And I'm watching it, I'm just like, well, what's so bad about this stuff? I just say the F word a couple times. I was like, yeah, RoboCop shot that guy in the dick, but other than that, there really wasn't anything that terrible. No. And in Demolition Man, it was like, really, the goriest thing is him kicking his head off in the end.
And it's not even like his head, it's a frozen head, there's no blood. Yeah.
And a lot of the gunshots and everything that happened, it's like, they really didn't even do a lot of spray blood. It was just kind of like, boo! And a guy moved like he got shot and fell over. That was it.
Yeah. But, I mean, my parents, one thing with me, and it was different. My sisters were never. It's the one thing where my parents were more lenient on me than they were my sisters growing up. I was allowed to watch. I was like 7 years old watching Predator.
Yeah.
Whereas, like my sisters, I think I told the story the last time, or on the Stop With My Mom or Shoot, where I had to stop where my mom or shoot because I was watching the movie with my sister, and
I just think it's funny when you think about it, how, and this is like kind of slightly going back to the whole like then versus nowish kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Back when we were kids, the rated R movies, like they were rated R, but they really weren't that terrible with gore and that kind of stuff. You see rated R movies now, it's just like, fuck this, fuck that, left and right. There's full frontal nudity in it. There's fucking blood everywhere.
Full frontal.
Well, yeah, there's a lot more male full frontal. There's blood everywhere, and it's just kind of like, I know how many times we go in to see a rated R movie, and there's parents just bringing their kids in, and I'm like, this is way worse
than what
I put up with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
but everybody's so easily offended, but yet if it's on a screen, you can handle it.
Yeah. Well, it's as far as the violence is concerned, the language, I was hearing worse in school, so the language of the movie wasn't going to fit.
As soon as I hit high school, it was just like, okay.
I remember being in elementary school. We used to talk very close to South Park.
I went to a sheltered Catholic elementary school.
Well, so did I. I went to St. Joe's, and we were like, fuck this, fuck that.
Well, see, that's the thing. I went to a Catholic elementary school, and I'm pretty sure some of my friends from that are listening, but I used to actually get made fun of for being the kid that swore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well.
It was, and that blew my mind. I was like, really?
Yeah.
I'm getting made fun of because I said shit?
Yeah. But the gore and stuff, it's just like pointless gore. It's just, Saw, just rip their spinal cord out and jump rope with it and fucking, this.
Yeah.
They're going to have 15 naked guys, run, stand there, with semis right in front of the screen and the arms. I mean, Predator it could be a gory movie. I remember watching it as a kid. And the whole.
Well, I mean, there are exceptions to my rule, but for the grand scheme of it,
yeah, it's
like like you see a movie like Predator. It's like, okay, yeah, he stabs a guy to a wall. This guy, there's meat skeletons hanging out of trees and everything. But then you look at Saw, and there's a guy in the bottom of a pool having dead, disease-ridden pigs eviscerated, and their guts getting blown out into the pool he's, wading in.
Or having to reach into that thing of hypodermic needles or something. Yeah. It's just,
And then, parents are like, okay, little Timmy, you want to go see this? It's whoa!
I'm the farthest thing from a prude. And as a 30-year-old man, I'm sitting there watching those Saw movies going, Jesus Christ,
Well, I see, and that's the first one, I think, I know we're really going off topics, but the first one was fine because, the gore in it was that guy cut his foot off. Yeah. That was pretty much the gist of it. And then there was the face ripper thing and all that. Yeah, it pushed the envelope, but then after that, it was just kind of watching stuff and I'm like, yeah, I like horror movies and I'm accustomed to gore, but this is just fucking disgusting.
You're just trying to cram shock value in.
You're just trying to shock it by just over gore, and it's now gross and it's not shocking anymore.
Yeah, I see I agree with you. I thought the first Saw, I don't know why they did more than the first Saw was okay. It was something new and creative. Why do you have to do sequels to it? It just, let that movie sit on its own.
Could have just been 2 movies and be in there. Yeah. But there you go. We kind of started talking about horror movies. So there we go. We're segueing into October, kids.
Yes. October, where the 4 movies we're going to be reviewing are as follows.
Go ahead.
We will be doing The Exorcist Begins.
Oh.
We will be doing Jason X. The Island of Dr. Moreau. Not the original classic.
The Val Kilmer one.
The Val Kilmer remake. And I believe the final one we'll be doing
Pumpkinhead 2.
I think we should save the best for last. That's Pumpkinhead
2. So that's our movies for October.
Yes, Exorcist Begins will be next week.
All right. Well, there we go, guys. As always, thank you so much for listening. Oh, also just want to let you know, Fred's Movie Reviews, miserablemoviemafia.wordpress.com. You can catch us on YouTube. You can also catch all of our episodes at grindcast.libsyn.com. Yes. There we go. Got it out. As always, thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.